So the case is a 76-year-old male who has a history of hypertension, dyslipidemia, and atrial fibrillation on apixaban. He's had a remote history of to the right coronary artery in 1997, and he presents with a non-ST elevation MI in 2020.
Give me a BMW universal wire, please.
So the initial angiogram was done in 2020, as mentioned. The most recent angiogram after the ACS demonstrated severe proximal ISR in the RCA and the long segment of disease in the mid to distal RCA, which was felt to be and some borderline disease in the LAD. This is the picture of the angiogram demonstrating the remote bare metal Stent ISR in the proximal RCA, as well as some disease in the mid segment and diffuse small disease in the mid to distal RCA. And when we had a look at the left system, the left main looks generally unremarkable, some mild disease in the circumflex, and was felt to be mild to moderate disease in the left anterior descending. And at that time, he was brought back for angioplasty for bare metal stent ISR, and the plan was a 3.0 by 38 drug-eluting stent, Promus Premier in the distal, 3.5 by 38 in the proximal, and a 4.0 by 12 in the ostial. This is showing the pre-dilatation with the non-compliant balloon. This is a 3.0 non-compliant balloon showing reasonable expansion. And the stents have now been put in, and this is your 4.0 by 12 drug-eluting stent going in to reach the ostium, deployed reasonably nicely with good expansion and good results in the rest of the right coronary artery. Again, 2020. More images in the cranial angulation demonstrating some disease in the ostial PDA, but nothing of any significance that was left at that point. He was brought back. At that point, they felt that the LAD might have been significant for staging, was brought back, and FFR was negative. Therefore, medical management was recommended. And this is the final result once again. So unfortunately, he comes back in with a non-ST elevation MI approximately 3 weeks ago, has repeat imaging at that time. His left anterior descending demonstrated progression in his plaque proximally, mild disease again. The circumflex as previously demonstrated hasn't changed much. And the RCA at this point has developed quite significant ostial ISR, as you can tell. That's now a Promus drug-eluting stent inside of a bare metal stent with significant calcification noted at the base and entry of the ostium. And this cranial angulation, again, showing not much different in the mid to distal segments, but that ostial lesion alone, which we felt was a culprit. Surgery was consulted. He was not felt to be a good candidate for surgery, and he subsequently underwent angioplasty of the LAD. And he is here for angioplasty of the RCA. Our game plan for today, this is going to be an attempt at a rotational hysterectomy stent ablation with a 1.5 and subsequently 2.0 burr. And then afterwards, we'll be using an OPN balloon, followed by IVUS imaging to establish our expansion, followed with a high radial strength Megatron, which we have brought in specifically for this case. We have access to using an 8 French system to allow for easy access with the 1.5 and the 2.0 burr. Although, as you know, you could get the 2.0 burr in a 7 French system, but the 8 allows us more flexibility.
Okay, so I'm advancing the rota wire down through the fine cross. We have a trapping balloon in place. Okay, this is a extra support flop rota wire. So most of the cases I just use a floppy wire. The classic teaching for ostial lesions where you don't have as much guide support and you want to start rotoing from outside, having the go up there with the trapper, please. Having a extra support wire would be useful. Okay, so we're up with the trap, and we can take out the fine cross there. So Malik, what are your thoughts here? Should I balloon first or should go straight with the rota?
You know, typically in this case, if you're not convinced of your location, whether it's through struts or not, you could try to pass a balloon through, although you're able to pass the fine cross through quite easily. I would be quite comfortable going in directly with the atherectomy here.
All right.
The one advantage, as you mentioned earlier, of course, of some pre-dilatation is you might be able to get some more comfortable imaging with a soft balloon just to allow some flow through.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that my wire is through stent struts. It's not through the center of the stent, and I think I just have to accept that. So just trapped out. After trapping out, we need to flush the system. I think I'm going to try packing with the 1.5 burr. and see if that creates the track and opens it up anyway. Since we're comfortable, you can see there it's coming from above.
Looks pretty good.
So then the next letter is the A, which is to check that your advancer is moving, and it's always going to be moving, but also that it's locked. And I always lock it about a couple of centimeters ahead, so that when you're advancing the gear, there's always going to be stored tension, stored action potential that once you start burring can cause the burr to jump forward. So this gives you some room to release that so that you don't get the risk of the burr jumping forward and in training. And then W is the wire. Make sure that the wire is out and that the brake is working. So by meaning that when you turn this on, this wire should not move, that the brake gets activated. All right, and I think we've done all our testing, so we're ready to go. We'll get the housing for the wire. So for the one-man technique, I like to get the wire here in the back, the wire through this, so that when we pull back, instead of having the wire over the field, it's housed there. All right, we'll start advancing the burr into the, we have the Guardian here. It's a bigger space. And then to advance one-man technique, you just push and pull 1 to 1. So my right hand is pulling the wire back into the housing while my left hand is pushing the burr in. And this way I have complete control over the wire and the burr position.
And again, your selection of speed, what do you spin at and what do you recommend people spin at?
So yeah, so the usual speed we do is 150 to 160. There are some that would recommend higher speeds for burrs to try and increase the ablation and entrapment. I think we'll start with where we're at. Now, when we did the burr, we forgot to check what our speed was. So we'll do that just coming out.
155. Yeah, 155, yeah. Yeah, so
we'll turn up as needed.
Yeah, so great point. So if you go too high, then you could potentially generate heat. If you go too low, you could potentially ablate larger particles. And you obviously have to watch for decels, as you mentioned already. You dropped down to the 130s, so you're definitely stent ablating.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and how long of ablation was that? Run?
12 seconds.
12 seconds.
19.
Yeah, Sheila, I want to keep an eye on the speeds and all that. And I'm going to turn up a little bit. All right. So I'm going to start ablating there without advancing. See, tell us what our speed is there.
Sheila, we'll need you to spin us up. So come over here. And then when he spins it, we'll need you to spin up. Just wait till he spins. Okay, go ahead. Wait, Sheila. Yeah, keep going.
165.
Keep going. Just wait. It's a bit of a lag. Okay, give it a bit more. Yeah, that's good. 165, 166. That's good.
Good. Alrighty. I didn't do any ablation there. I just turned up the speed a bit while we're in there. So you can see there I'm in stent. I'm just pulling the catheter over the wire. So that is so far
still in stent.
Still in stent. There's the calcium. You can see that it's pushing it from the outside, is what it looks to me.
At that section, yeah.
That section here, I think this is the ostium, the tightest spot there. And then that's the ostium. You can see that I am through the side struts there. So which is okay. But you can see that clearly when I advance it, that's the stents come from the side. I've just wired a couple of struts there. And then here, it's hard to tell where the calcium is and where the stents are. I think this is an eruptive calcified nodule into the stented segment. So I don't think it's just compressing it from the outside. All right, so I think we see what we're dealing with there. And we will move on to the next part, which is we're going to take the 2-0 burr up. I think we'll come out with the burr. We'll exchange for, not sure we're going to be doing anything further ablation-wise. So I think I'll just rather use the fine cross exchange for a workhorse wire to make things a bit easier. So same thing, we're going to switch to dyno glide. And then I'm going to burr and defeat the brake here. And Omar has the floor for me there, please. Omar has the Guardian open for us. So I'm feeding the wire forward while pulling this out. So more forward tension. So you can see we shaved some of it off. We still got a lot of balloon to do. All right, trapping balloon, please.
Oh, that chunk of calcium is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Perfect for a high pressure balloon.
Yeah. So that's stent. There's some eccentric calcium there. I don't think that's the ostial lesion yet, though. That's the there, and then that's the tight spot there. And I think you can see the duck sign, the burr track there, right? Like it's taking a bite on the side there. And I'm just going to pull back a bit more. That's probably the tightest part. Still, still need to do some ballooning there to make sure that it expands. And then that's through the side stress on the exit.
What a great picture at the end there.
Yeah, yeah. All right, freaking them out there. All right, so let's take the 4.0 OPN. I think the vessel is more than 4.0. It looks like a 4.5, just the naked eye. This balloon is having issues coming back, interestingly. He's going to try and torque out. So we can pull this balloon back a bit more. Yeah, go up there.
That looks better.
You're at 20. Go to 25, 26.
26. Might need to come back 20, a bit more.
27, 28, 30.
30.
34. 38.
38.
40.
40.
So you can see still quite a bit of residual.
Yeah,
and we got the rupture. Right. Oof.
ST's up.
Not surprising. Okay. I'm gonna have to take this out. Don't puff until we flush. This will come up. Ah. Let's hold flush, see what we're dealing with.
Just don't open it. Rupture at 40.
With syringe, please. So yeah, the OPNs do rupture. Good. Let's make sure we haven't caused any major mayhem there at 40. Might be a shockwave effect there. Okay,
unbelievable recoil.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm not happy yet to deliver a stent now.
Correct.
So should we take an undersized OPN, the take a 3.0, see if we can crack up a bit more? Or take a 4.0 OPN and try again? Just longer inflation?
Or change strategy.
Or change strategy.
Shockwave strategy.
Let's hit it with what we got. I mean, this is a 2 layers of stent here that we've ablated with a 2.0. So let's hit it with what we've got.
That's a vessel. Just like down splitting. Yeah.
All right, let's set up for shockwave. 4.0, 3.5 or 4.0 shockwave, whatever you have. 4.0 ideally. And then we'll take a 4.0 NC and see if that affects things.
You know, if you go to the last image, you can see the stent.
Being crushed to the side there.
Crushed to the side there, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can zoom that in and show our audience a bit better. There.
Yeah, you can see the stents being ballooned and crushed to the side there. So that's where we entered the side struts. Okay, ready?
Need case.
Yeah. So we'll do shockwave. You know, it's eccentric calcium, but I think it's worth trying here. We're just throwing the sink here at this point. And then we'll take a non-compliant balloon 4.0 up to 20 and see what it looks like. And then we can decide if you want to take another OPN balloon in. Or, you know, your thoughts on cutting balloon are not unreasonable either. There's an air bubble at the distal part, but that's not where the lesion is, the tightest lesion is, so I'm okay with that. And down, you know, to my eyes, it looks like it's gotten better.
Agreed. Although distally with air bubble, it's still misleading. Maybe we can burp that air bubble there or more,
yeah,
if possible, or just aim, change your angulation.
Good. What was it? Go negative. Puff there, Julie.
Give you a bit of cranial here. There's still a
I
lot
think
of
that's
calcium.
yeah, that's it's more proximal. You got the marker there, so we're yeah, go up there again.
Up. 4.
Or you go to 6
Might be
and
able to
down.
come back a bit more, you think?
Yeah.
Take you off the diaphragm.
Yeah. Okay, go up there to 4.
Up. 4.
I do think it's expanding there.
That looks nice.
Yeah, I think there's better expansion. I think we've got you know, the OPN rupturing might have disrupted things.
Oh, that still
And
needs
down.
still needs
A bit
more.
of a waste there. I don't think we're going to get absolute complete expansion here, but
Down 4. Still air bubble.
I'm happy. So so the OPN and the Shockwave balloon, I think in combination managed to do enough modification where we have, I think, as best expansion as we can. That I think, you know, with what we've done, we're going to come out and move on to taking a stent. So these ostial lesions, stents with good radial force are ideal.
Let's see, a bit up there.
Okay, we'll flush our system here. We'll check what we have. Waste syringe, please. Puff there. Having a bit of no reflow after this last rupture.
Mm-hmm.
Move this wire in a bit. Oh, that's all right. So you there?
It expand well though.
Yeah, I think, you know, if we IBIS, it's going to be some recoil, but with the balloon, it was, I think that's the best we're going to get. I think it's time to put a stent in. What do you think?
I think so too.
All right. Maybe with the interaction there. Puff there? Happy there? I'm happy there.
Yeah.
Let's do a cine there, just to show audience. I think that's
nice.
good there. Go up there.
Very nice.
Up on the stent.
Up to 18, 20.
Beautiful.
20.
Good.
That's very nice.
Good. Alrighty, and down.
Down from 20.
Hey. So now we've got a stent results coming out with the balloon. Let's do a cine there, see what our flow is, and decide if we need to give some no reflow drugs or if we just give it some time. Give it a couple of nitro first. So I think, you know, we've done the best we can here. I think we're done. We'll take a cine picture just to have it stored, and we're done. If you could measure the MSA there, you can find it after the back and forth, but
yeah, that's good there.
we'll need an 8 French angio seal, please. Got that, Julie? I'm having some issues getting the guy to engage, but puff that.
This way. Go on, keep going, keep going.
Oh, nice, nice, nice,
Keep
nice.
going. Keep going.
We'll pull the wire back proximal here.
Keep going. Yeah, try to do an MSA there. Beautiful.